What's up, my peopleization? It's the man with the master plan, Kingz Shabazz, and we back at it again, man. RTK podcast, real talk with Kingz. Back in the Empire with my brothers. How y'all feeling today? How y'all doing?
I'm feeling real good. Blessed to be here. How y'all doing?
Man, I'm feeling super good. I'm glad to be reunited with my brothers. Let's have a good show.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. He been missing the action for about a month now. Melo been missing the action about a month. We got him back. We got him back. He got his somebody said you from Brooklyn. Man, shit. T9 like he from Brooklyn too. I bet he got some Timbs on. I bet money he got some Timbs on.
How much Tim's racist? I probably have some forces on, if anything.
Yeah, Tim is racist.
Yeah, Malik, you know I love them forces, bro.
Yeah, you already know what you. So with this fit, what you wearing? What you wearing? The white ones or the white, black, or the tan ones?
I got the Nike flip flops.
No, what I'm saying though. This is what I'm saying though. If you had a choice of what forces you would wear with that fit you got on, would you wearing the tan boys, the white ones, or the black ones?
I'm wearing some white ones. It'll be like ugly just wearing tan throughout your whole outfit, you know.
If you had some black jeans on, you could have pulled it off, or you thought all black forces.
I got some blue jeans on.
Blue jeans. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I had to throw on white.
Yeah, but I know they say all black. I don't know where they get this from. They say all black. When you wear all black Timbs, you finna all black forces. You finna commit a crime. I don't know. I still be wearing mine. They say you finna rob somebody. I remember they were saying that at the TSU.
I don't know why people like to make black be a bad thing.
Yeah, you know it's always bad. Everything. Y'all ever notice it's crazy too? They be like, when somebody die, you wear all black. At a wedding, you wear all white. What you call it? A black cat run in front of you. That's bad luck. They say? I'm blackmailing you. It's just it's crazy, bro. How they just demonize and criminalize black. Like when I was watching the autobiography of Malcolm X, it really just had me open my eyes and really go in the dictionary and look up the definition of black and white. And you read it, you be like, black, gloomy, despair, dark, evil.
Right.
But then you go to white, pure, wholesome, innocent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's crazy, bro. It's like it's real deal crazy, man. But yeah, man. But let's go on ahead, man, to get on the word on Wizard. But before we tap in, man, make sure y'all subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher. On YouTube, man, make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the newest and latest notifications of RTK Podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell a family member to tell a family member, man. But what is the word on the Wizard? I'm going to hit you one y'all want to take it away. Y'all can go ahead. Do y'all thug?
Okay, bet. Breonna Taylor's mother calls on Joe Biden to open up a large-scale federal investigation to the death of her daughter and other victims of police brutality. Sources say Tamika Palmer, the grieving mother of Breonna Taylor, has publicly called on President Joe Biden to officially open up a large-scale federal investigation to the death of her daughter and other victims of police brutality. In her recent full-page ad, Palmer wrote, "Actions speak louder than words. We need your actions to show that you are different than those who pay lip service to our losses, while doing nothing to show that our loved ones' lives matter." That's real.
That's real. That's real. But I think that's kind of it's kind of like a fallacy. That's kind of out of hand. If we went to search for every person who was wrongly convicted or killed in America because of police brutality, it'd be something that happened, all night, all day long. I think what we can do first is just start enforcing that same belief that instead of going to Joe Biden, I think she can enforce it to the local, the district, the local mayor, people who have imminent, direct change in her city. To go straight to Joe Biden, I don't think it'd be. We all know when the president first get in office, it's literally nothing he can really do. So I think her going to him, it shows concern, but it won't be true progression to probably his first 4 year in office.
Yeah, like I agree with Melo said. It's gonna be doing that over the time. Okay, time you just do that in just the state of Kentucky, man. That'd be going over all the cases where police brutality has been, you know what I'm saying, blatantly clear in America. You know what I'm saying. You just covering in Kentucky. It's gonna be all the cases and all the scenarios and situations that's gonna be covered for years and years to come. You know what I'm saying. Let alone the entire country. You know. So it's a step. You know, but you got to continue to push the agenda. You know, even though times may get hard and you feel like you drained and you depleted and you don't feel like doing it anymore. You feel like, oh, it ain't no results. We not getting anything out of it. Keep pushing, keep chugging, keep fighting forward, man. And we gotta make some shape, but we just gotta continue to stay unified and come together. You know what I'm saying, through these hard times. You know, as it dies down, the support has to strengthen for Breonna Taylor and her family in the entire situation, so we won't have any more cases and instances like this in different situations. So we got to continue to support them and support the family, even when it's like not as popular as movies. Like I said, it's continuing to die down. You know what I'm saying? It's slowly but surely die down as all things do. But we have to continue to keep our foot on these, you know what I'm saying, on these people's neck. You know what I'm saying? If we really want change and injustice ending in America.
Right. I totally agree. Well, just to piggyback off what T9 just said, also, we already know that it was in talks and it was actually an action making it towards Breonna Taylor. Because of the death of Breonna Taylor, the city and the state of Louisville, Kentucky, they passed a law now that prohibits and that makes it illegal to do no-knock warrants. That trait and that law has now trickled down over to Mississippi. So now from Mississippi all the way to Louisville, Kentucky, especially in Louisville, Kentucky, the bill just officially got passed that no-knock warrants are illegal within the state of Kentucky, and they're going to be passed within the state of Mississippi. How y'all feel about that?
It should have been. There should have been a rule. You know, that's breaking and entering. You know what I'm saying? That's going against the law. Just because you a police officer don't make it right for you to commit heinous crimes and that. You know what I'm saying? That's like it's like these officers killing black people. You know, it's okay for a police officer to wrongly kill a black person just because they a police officer. Just because they have that title as police officer, they have a badge, they can go around and do all the illegal shit in the world. Nah, that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It's laws for a reason. You know what I'm saying? If y'all say you a citizen of the United States, you have to abide by these laws. I don't care what your occupation is. So that shouldn't even been a discussion or a matter of you have to pass this. That should have been a rule straight rip. As soon as you said that breaking and entering is illegal, you know what I'm saying? Breaking in and entering someone's home is illegal. A no knock warrant should have been, you know what I'm saying? Should have been on that should have been under that crime bill. I mean not the crime bill, but should have been under the laws and rules and regulations, because you breaking in someone's house without a proper, you know what I'm saying, without proper paperwork and justification to just break in there. You can say, oh, I think they have dope and drugs up in here, but you just saying that maybe because they just black, you know what I'm saying, or you don't like, you may have a, you know what I'm saying, a bias against them or something like that. So
or the geographical location they're staying in.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying. So you're just saying it just to get in there because of the location they in, or it's just some prejudice type of thought you have about them. So all right, I'm finna go ahead and break it to their house, you know what I'm saying. But then they come and shoot and kill the police officer, not knowing it's a police officer. They think it's somebody breaking into their home. Then you wanna press charges on them and have them, send them to jail for the rest of their life and get the death penalty. No, you breaking into someone's home. I don't care what your occupation is. You breaking and entering. That's only in human nature. That's just in nature, period, to defend and protect oneself. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's something that should have been passed. What about you?
But yeah, I don't really feel happy or sad about it. To be honest with you, I still think they're gonna find a way around it. You know, now that it's being passed, I still feel like even if they do, because the law is in place, even if they do bust in and knock and don't run while the law in place, I still think nothing gonna happen to them. You know, depending on location or where it's happening. You know, but I do think some cities might enforce it, but I still don't feel like, you know, it is about it.
Right. So yeah, man, that is crazy. But also in news, the vaccines has hit the streets, and recordings of the first vaccines from individuals taking it all throughout the week has been recorded live on national TV. And a Tennessee nurse passes out 16 minutes after taking the vaccine live on TV. She was in the middle of an interview, uh, talking about how she feel after taking the vaccine, and the woman said that she was lightheaded. She started holding her head, and she said, "Hold on." She couldn't really talk, and she just stopped talking, and they were just looking at her, seeing what was wrong with her. Then she eventually passed out live on national TV, and all the nurses and doctors came around her and started, aiding her and making sure everything was fine with her. So what's y'all thoughts and opinions about the vaccine being rushed to the public, and then she's live on national TV taking this vaccine and she ended up passing out. What's y'all thoughts about this whole entire situation?
So basically, what we taking is a prototype. It's not the finished product. They ain't mastered. They ain't got it down package. It's like a unmixed and mastered track. Just sound like trash. Like we saw that one pass. I say we don't need to take it. We messing with If you want to take it, it's your own risk. But I think if it's rushed, I think they should have just been enforcing more masks doing what we've been doing quarantine and just leave it alone. Especially with a vaccine, that's a drug. That's something you put in your system.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think it's any good out of that.
I most definitely agree with T9. And T9 said something that stuck out. He said prototype. The lady what was the race of the lady who took the vaccine?
It's a Caucasian lady.
Caucasian, got you. Okay, got you. So like, when I look at any type of vaccine, it's nothing but a trial run. It's nothing but a trial run. It's a trial error. So I feel like for them trying to publicly show it on TV, it's trying to make it all of us accept it and maybe make all of us consider taking it. There has never been no vaccine for a mass majority to work within the first attempt of it. I think they haven't even been doing real enough or more demographic studies within doing these researches, and we saw that they was doing research. They started doing the first test trials in Africa towards Nigeria and those locations. Those are way different. Like Nigeria and America, the demographic is different, the dietary plan is different. The location, everything is different. So what they've been trying and why Nigeria's been their first basis of trying a vaccine, it's not going to be relevant or correlate to what's going on in America, health-wise, dietary plan. So I feel like the vaccine it's not going to be productive due to the fact that the studying and who they've been doing practices with is not even in our vicinity, not even in our country.
And to make matters even worse, Vice President Mike Pence takes COVID-19 vaccine, but the syringe was empty when he was taking the vaccine. So it was like after examining and zooming in into the video, it shows that it's all over social media. You be able to see it. I actually seen it on Willie D, rapper from the Ghetto Boys Willie D page. It shows the syringe already pressed in before he even puts it even on Mike Pence's arm. So they pressed it in and made it seem like he had took the shot, but he really didn't take it. And Bill Gates and his wife, who has been advocates on getting the vaccine pushed out to the public and getting the vaccine created and made, they want everyone else, majority mainly black people, to take the vaccine before they take it. And also the Pfizer CEO of Pfizer, Albert Bourla, was not taking his own company's vaccine. Says he does not want to cut the line. So the individual who's making the vaccine, this is your company. You are the head. You the head honcho, chief executive officer, the man in charge, saying you do not want to cut the line. That's why you haven't taken the vaccine yet. But you are the one who created the line. Tell me, it's just all this just not making sense at all. Everyone who's making these vaccines and want to push it out to the public, why aren't they in a rush to take these vaccines?
She got one of her purse right now.
Why aren't you the one trying to take it?
Right.
You want to push it out to the public, but you're not in a rush to take it as much as you're in a rush to push it out to the public. So that's an eye opener right there at that moment. You know what I'm saying? All these people trying to take all these people trying to push out these vaccines, but they're not trying to take it themselves. Why is that? You just that generous, Bill Gates. Oh, I want to make sure everyone else is good before I take it. Albert Bourla, however you pronounce his name. You don't want to take the vaccine because you are being generous to the public and to the people. So that's why you don't want to take the vaccine. You want to let everybody else get it first. Come on now, make it make sense. This is your
Right.
company. This ain't like no company you partner with, or this ain't no company where you don't have no hands on it. You are in control of it. This is yours. This is your shit. You make the line. You create the line. You talking about you don't want to cut the line? Come on now, make it make sense. So it's a lot of fishy and skeptical things going on right now. So, it's up to you if you want to take the vaccine and, take it. But just make sure you understand, you know what I'm saying? You paying attention to all the things that's going on with why these people are pushing this vaccine out but not in the rush to take the vaccine. So, also in other news, Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, her mother is suing her for an alleged $5 million. Vanessa Bryant's mother is accusing her mother. Vanessa Bryant is accusing her mother of trying to extort a financial windfall from her family after husband Kobe Bryant's untimely death through a new lawsuit. Sophia Lane, the mother of Vanessa Bryant, is suing her daughter Vanessa for financial support, claiming she worked unpaid as a long-time personal assistant and a nanny for the family. So let me tell y'all this. This is Vanessa Bryant's mother, blood mother, not stepmother, not mother-in-law, not play mother, godmother, none of that. This is her blood mother. She comes from this woman. She is suing her daughter for $5 million she claimed to be an unpaid assistant and a nanny for the family. So she wants $5 million for taking care of her own grandchildren. Her own grandchildren. Tell me what y'all thoughts and y'all opinions on that, because this is a low down, dirty, ain't shit woman, just straight up off the rip. She ain't shit for that. But tell me, tell me what's y'all thoughts and opinions about this entire ordeal and situation.
I mean, I guess she started taking care of her grandkids without a greed on her mind. She was being greedy. She probably demanded even more money when she take care of grandkids, like $1,000 an hour, some stupid stuff like that. Right. Yeah, I just think she being greedy, man. I think she taking advantage of the fact that she know her daughter is not emotionally stable right now due to the loss of her husband and her daughter. Kobe not around to govern it, because with something like that, the man of the head household was putting a stop to certain things, preventing certain things from happening. Now that she know the king is gone, she feel act a fool inside the king. So that's what I think was going on.
And she also she also made a comment where she said Kobe promised that he would take care of her. This is what the mother is saying.
I mean, I agree with both of you guys. In Macon, we used to come up with a phrase that used to say, you was a part of the heist, you just don't like you could. And that's why I think it is with her. I think she all knew it along, what would happen. Just to piggyback off Tina, I just think she knows Vanessa is emotionally unstable right now, and she's trying to go towards that. But also, y'all, if you think about it, we got to look at it from both perspectives, because Kobe Bryant's mother also has had issues with the family as well. So maybe it may be a little unjust on both sides. But Kobe Bryant's mother was suing the family and suing Kobe while he was living, saying that she wasn't getting getting served right as she thought the family should treat her. So it's one of those things. I think you truly have to be there, because we can easily fend for the Bryant family, but also when we got two relatives, the direct descendants of the Bryant family, both trying to sue them, then it's something that's like you said, trickery about the situation.
Now with I know for a fact with the Kobe side of the family, Kobe was having trouble and problems with them while he was alive. This wasn't like a situation where after he passed, like Kobe's mother was trying to sell his memorabilia and his championship rings and things of that nature. So Kobe was already, he was having problems with his parents. You know what I'm saying? For a while.
But she did say she only tried to sell it because she wasn't getting funds that was promised to her.
So like I said, we don't all know the inside story, but I know with Kobe Bryant, personally with Kobe Bryant's parents, that had stemmed back to, I want to say, his second or third championship, and everybody look at that iconic photo where he's in the shower holding he got the Lakers jacket on. He's in the shower holding the trophy. He looked like sad. In the press, they was all like he was sad and going through it because he was going through these problems with his parents. So, it may be something with the Brian's actual family. You never know, but with in this particular situation, it just seemed like her mother is just low down dirty and ain't good at all, no good at all. You want five? You mean tell me you want $5 million for watching and taking care of your kids? And their oldest daughter is like 17, 18 years
Right.
old, so they see everything that's going on. She's seeing everything that's going on. She's understanding. She's old enough to understand and realize when somebody is trying to take over. I mean, take advantage and what I'm saying, do dirt. You know what I'm saying, doing someone dirty. Especially she's seeing her mother going through it and she's hurting with the loss of her husband, her daughter, and her within herself, the oldest daughter. She's hurting losing her father and her little sister. And she see her grandmother acting this way. You like, shit, you never really cared about your granddaughter or your son-in-law. You don't even give a fuck about your daughter or any of us, your grandkids, because you so uh, bloodthirsty for money and hungry. You don't care about the emotional state or feelings of any of us at all. So you mean to tell me that you just saying F that you finna take my mother in court after she done had by far the worst year of her life and losing the love of her life and her daughter?
Right.
So it's just that's just really, it's just, man, it's just that they say money is the root of all evil and they say money is evil, but I don't want to say that. I believe it's the money changes the people, but I don't want to say, I just don't want to just blame it on the money. I just want to, I would say it's the person. Money exposes people's true nature and true intentions. When you don't have it, and you don't have as much of it. You see their true nature. You see it in spurts. You know what I'm saying? But when it's a plentiful amount of money involved, you get to see people's true colors and true natures and true intentions of how they really are and what they really want from you. So you can't just blame it on the people. You just gotta blame it on blame it on the money. You gotta just blame it on that person and that individual. And this lady is showing her true colors. Like she don't give a fuck about her family, her own flesh and blood at all. She just care about that dollar bill. You know what I'm saying? She don't care who it destroys and how it affects her, her people or nothing. She just worried about getting her money. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be charged and you want $5 million to watch your own grandkids, it just says a lot about you and your character. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about that one. But on some brighter news, man, Lil Baby throws a surprise birthday party for George Floyd's daughter. The celebration for young Gianna was organized by Atlanta restaurant owners Erica and William Platt, as well as NBA star Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson is the NBA player, former NBA player who considered George Floyd as his twin, and they grew up and they knew each other down in Houston. The planning for the party began back in July after Gianna visited the Platts, who owns Restaurant 10 in Rosie's Cab. The Platts are good friends of the Floyd family. The surprise party was held at Atlanta's Pink Hotel, where the children of Lil Baby, Jackson, and Future were all in attendance. Rayshard Brooks' children was there as well. Rayshard Brooks was a 27-year-old black Atlanta man who was fatally shot by police back in June, just a couple weeks after George Floyd was murdered. So what's y'all thoughts and y'all opinions about that, man? I think this is a dope gesture by Lil Baby being the hottest and #1 artist in the game right now, and using his pool, his power, his platform, what I'm saying, his money to help give back to the community. This is giving back to the community, believe it or not. What's y'all thoughts and y'all opinions on Lil Baby and Steven Jackson and the Platt family opening up their arms to the George Floyd family?
I think that's a dope thing. I wish more rappers would do things like that. You know what I'm saying? Use their money for something that's worthwhile. That's worth putting and investing in. It's not even an investment, really. Just like this love. You take care of another black man's family who done passed away, who's not able to do it, and you using your resources off your platform just to do it, and you the number one artist. We had a lot of number one artists in that position. We don't see them do things like that. Back in the day. So yeah, I just think it's dope.
Yeah, I agree with T9. When I first heard it, I went on a literal. I went on a literal Jubilee spree of just telling everybody, showing everybody, the images of him being with Gianna. It was just so great to me because the best part of it to me was that Lil Baby did not post it on his social platform not one time.
I was just about
He
to
didn't
say
post not a snippet of the video, nor did anyone on his account did. And so I just love the whole thing of it. We all say that as a rapper, you are, you're the bridge that bridges, society from the listener. And I just feel like with everybody eyes on Lil Baby, ears on Lil Baby, everybody emulating what Lil Baby does, he does something that's positive in this route. And, I just love everything that it represented. I love the way that he did it. I love everybody we had there. And he started out as a rapper, but it's safe to say now that this guy is a literal public figure. And he's a public figure for his city, and now he's starting to be a public figure for this world. So that's big shout out to Lil Baby.
I like how Lil Baby, you can see his growth and his growth as an individual.
Yeah.
Within throughout the years, he done made it known how he done talked about feeding into the stereotypic, artist, rapping about violence and drugs and murder and stuff like that. But he also makes it aware, he talks about how he saves his money. He's been talking about how he's investing his money, and what he's been trying to do within his, within the Atlanta area and building the Atlanta area in his community. He talks about how artists be having, artists from the hood be like, man, I'm real, man. I go back to the hood and just chill in the hood, you know what I'm saying? I done seen in interviews where he made it be known, I don't go to the hood, you know what I'm saying, no more because I know that, I know the risk that comes with it. And just him saying that, being the number one artist, it'll have all the artists, you know what I'm saying, that's looking up to him, be like, man, if he doing, I want to get to that level, you know what I'm saying, this is how he moving. I can take those steps and move smarter, and I can put myself in that position. So I just like the whole entire progression of Lil Baby as an individual, you know what I'm saying, him growing and becoming, you know what I'm saying, a positive figure for his fans, his community, and everything, man. It's just dope and just see that, and I just wish all people with platforms, you know what I'm saying, not even just rappers, you know what I'm saying, athletes, actors, actresses, you know what I'm saying, singers, celebrities, anybody with a following or platform, you know what I'm saying, people who big with big on financial literacy and teaching finance. I just wish more of this could happen within our community, you know what I'm saying. Once a tragedy happened within our community, we know that, okay, we lose a soldier, we gonna make sure that soldier's kids, families, brothers, sisters, uncle, friends, everybody's covered and everybody's cool, you know what I'm saying, taken care of. And it's all like a village thing, it's a tribe thing, What brings us together is, you know what I'm saying, our skin color, you know what I'm saying. We all black people at the end of the day, so we have to take care and cherish one another, you know what I'm saying, because we all we got in this world, you know what I'm saying, because everybody's against us.
Right, and then like how you just said, like it's great how you see positivity going through Lil Baby and his movement. I think for us being youthful black leaders, I think everybody got to spread the movement because Baby just like 2 months ago he bought something in Atlanta known as the West End. And the West End is a predominantly black institute area that was being gentrified and that was going to be bought out by the state of Atlanta. And he decided to go in his own pocket and buy that whole regional area. So I feel like he's doing positivity, but why isn't it being platformed by our generation as much as his most streamed song is or his latest picture with his girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. And we gotta make that taboo. And I know it's other situations that's getting more light and getting more public to it. I'm not even gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know if y'all saying it around, you know what I'm saying, on news. I don't even speak on that, but let's stop trying to delve into the negative of things and always pushing that out, and let's push out the positive things like what he's doing in the community, helping building his community, and you know what I'm saying, building wealth and teaching, you know what I'm saying, he working on teaching that, you know what I'm saying. Now we ain't gonna just put it like, because we people are quick to, oh man, he ain't doing enough, he not giving enough, he ain't teaching enough. well, at least he making the effort. What's your favorite artist doing? You know what I'm saying? What's your favorite athlete? What's your favorite entertainer doing? Are they gonna make an effort? Are they even saying or bringing light to anything about it? You know what I'm saying? So him making that effort and attempt is better than not doing shit at all. So I take my hat off and I salute, you know what I'm saying, little baby, for, you know what I'm saying, the things he done and just he made within this, you know what I'm saying, past year and just his growth as an individual, you know what I'm saying, and you see how, you know what I'm saying, you see how God is blessing him, you know what I'm saying, with you know what I'm saying, good opportunities and stuff like that. He's continuing to grow. And I seen on one of his songs, man, he said his rap label FP4, I mean 4PF.
4PF.
Yeah, 4PF. He was all like, they think we selling bricks, we just make hits. You know what I'm saying? It's like things like that. Like just a comment like that in the song. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they think we selling bricks, but nah, we just making hits. And you know what I'm saying, I appreciate him just saying like, nah, I ain't doing this like selling no dope, man. I'm getting this money legally. You know what I'm saying? Living life to the fullest and, you know what I'm saying, living life comfortable, providing for my people. So that needs to be pushed more instead of the negative stereotypes, you know what I'm saying? It's like negativity is always being pushed. And like these certain outlets be pushing and stuff like inciting, you know what I'm saying, beefs amongst artists and just black people. Like you don't see that shit with country music artists. You don't see that with no rock and roll artists. When have you heard of a rock and roll beef? A country music beef? Honestly, when have y'all ever heard of it? And don't get me wrong, I know these people had disagreements and all that, but when do you hear that being promoted within the news, you know what I'm saying, in the media? It's always, you know what I'm saying, it's always hip hop and, you know what I'm saying, want to promote it amongst the black community. We just so gullible and we take it in, you know what I'm saying, and run with it and go and share it and all that. Like when King Von first died, they was all like, all right, I seen on Facebook, they told me, all right, pick your side, OTF or 4K Trey, which is NBA Youngboy affiliated with Quando Rondo. See, like stuff like that. Like, what's that? What's the purpose of it? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? This ain't no video game and no dodgeball. You know what I'm saying? Where you get hit, you out, man. These people, these dudes losing their lives over this, and y'all inciting and insinuating these insinuating these, you know what I'm saying, beefs and these wars in the streets because y'all thinking this shit is a game. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes, you know, we live in a society. Oh, I ain't no bitch. Ain't nobody finna show me and prove I'm no little bitch or nothing. I'm finna, man, y'all got me fucked up. So, you know, man, it's all, you know, let's push that positivity, you know what I'm saying? Especially within our community and the great things that's going on. And let's deaden and make that shit taboo. Posting and, you know what I'm saying, iterating their negative stereotypes. So, shout out and salute to Lil Baby. But, let's go ahead and get into the topic, man. Your network is your network. T9, Mello, how important is networking in all walks and all phases of life?
Ooh, network is like one of the most important moves you can make because that's how you get your foot in the door for certain things. Post a network harder than you rep because it's a certain formula to it. You can be the garbage rapper, but if your networking skills is right, you can get your foot through the door anywhere. So I said I saw you post 95% do most of the networking. That's like your source of power right there, your connections.
I totally agree with you, T. Now, we all see the movie ATL, and we see Esquire, a guy from high school from a predominantly black area, you know, who is he's a student with a high GPA who comes from an Ivy League background, you know, academically. He goes to his school counselor and asks could he get a letter of recommendation. And, you know, the school counselor tell him in his life it's not about what you know, it's who you know. And that's all what networking is to me. If you ask me nowadays, networking is almost as big as getting a college degree. I was talking to a friend yesterday, who told me that he has a job. He has a high level job in the city of Atlanta. He said that they didn't even ask for his college degree because of the way that he correlated, the way he talked, the way he networked with himself. If you ask me, networking is way higher than what, you know, it's higher than a job. It's higher than you getting, you get a higher raise and whatever. I think networking is basically just correlating and relating to somebody from a pure standpoint. It's gonna lead you anywhere you ever imagine.
And I believe I totally agree 100% in everything you said, Mello. I think it's like we so focused on making the money and getting a good job and getting a degree, but we're not working on our credit score with the individuals and the people we come across. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're working on our credit. You know what I'm saying? People may be working on their actual credit score. Be like, man, I got a 720 credit score, but your networking skills and your communication skills amongst people is at a 300. You know what I'm saying? It's laughable. It's joke. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, but you want that credit score out the roof. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no price put on it. You know what I'm saying? When you know how to network and communicate with people, and you know this person is he may be into you may be into the medical field, but this person you went to school with, he's in the NBA, but he knows someone. He knows the perfect institution the institution you trying to get into and trying to get yourself involved in. He knows the president of it, or he knows the CEO. He knows a big time donor within it. And he knows that, oh yeah, man, I know that Melo is a solid individual. I know he's a good dude and he's trying to get into this medical field, man. I know he is. I'm gonna talk to such man to get his foot in the door. That's all networking is, you know what I'm saying? That's all what networking is. How you communicate and how you come across with people. So when you disrespect people and talk down on them, look down on them, looking at them like, oh, you ain't shit. You feel like your shit don't stink and you better than people, man. You don't know who people are. You don't know who people gonna be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. You don't know how life is gonna beat you up and hit you. You know what I'm saying? Later on down the road, and you might need, you know what I'm saying, Tanya from TSU. You had the biology class with. And you just speaking to Tanya every day, asking her how she doing, making sure she's straight, and just keep telling her positive things, positive words, man. She gonna look back and say, man, I'm gonna look out for Melo, man, because he was always a solid, respectable man. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on no sexual type of thing, trying to come on to me and disrespecting me or talking to me crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was a solid stand-up dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll open some doors for him from the people I know. You know what I'm saying? Or, man, T9, man, that dude was a stand-up dude, man. He had nothing but respect for me, you know what I'm saying? When people was clowning and making fun of me, man, because I was down bad, you know, he always gave me positive words and kept me going and kept me striving to do better and get better each and every day, man. I'm gonna make sure he's straight for life, you know what I'm saying? I don't care, no matter what it is, I'm gonna make sure he's straight. You just don't, you never know who people are.
To me.
That's the beauty of networking.
I want to add something else to it, too. A lot of people think, like, things supposed to be free all the time. Man, I remember I went to the event, and it cost money just to network. And people were like, nah, if you spend no money, just go talk to some people. Why? I'm like, what? Why, if Jay-Z was somewhere, they said it costs $150 just to get in and talk to Jay-Z. I'm spending their bread. I'm trying to get as much wisdom as I can so I can know, like, what's going on, you know what I'm saying? How you get your foot in the door.
Right.
Like, networking. The best type of networking costs more money, you know what I'm saying? You get what you put out. I just want to throw it out there. So.
Master P said he paid, I want to say
$25,000.
25,000. I thought it was
Michael Jackson sold to you.
I thought it was 250,000.
It was 25.
25. I know it was something. It was something big. It was like 25. Yeah, like $25,000 just to meet with Michael Jackson's lawyer for like 30 minutes. But Master P said that was the greatest investment he could have ever made in his life. And just to piggyback on what T9 said, you will pay $150 for them new J's. That's not gonna make you no money at all. Soon that shit is a liability. Well, I ain't gonna say a liability because it's a shoe. You know what I'm saying? It's like a stock market for shoes. You know what I'm saying? You can make some bread off of it, but that bread ain't gonna compare to spending that $150 if you were up and coming artist and you could speak with Jay-Z, or you just an up and coming business individual. You can speak with Jay-Z. You can speak with Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Derek Grace, 19 Keys, Brother Ben X. You know what I'm saying? These people who big in the financial field and know what they doing, man. A Grant Cardone. You know what I'm saying? You spending that bread on that, man. to speak with them for just a matter of 10, 15 minutes to pick their brain and figure out what they got going on in their head, man, that's major. That is major. So we have to understand that, you know what I'm saying, ain't shit in life free. Ain't shit in life free at all, you know what I'm saying? Somebody had to work or bust their ass to get whatever they had to get. Ain't nothing in life free. So let's spend and put our money into assets instead of liabilities. You know what I'm saying? Let's put our money in some things that's gonna make us some bread. You know what I'm saying? So all that, damn, who is this to be paying $150? You gonna pay 5 times as much as that to get the new Xbox, the new PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? You will pay that to get a new, you know what I'm saying, a new 2K. The same game to come out over and over again, just got new college players, and you may be able to do more, you know what I'm saying, on the blacktop. That's about it.
That's the way we look at it.
Crazy. It's crazy. The craziest thing ever to me with this 2K. People will spend actual money. I mean, like real currency to buy currency on the video game to get they player, they my player.
Right. DC points.
You know what I'm saying? That's the craziest shit in the world. You spend real money on VC to get a player up, and this is how crazy it is too. Say you buy 2K21. After you buy 2K21, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be high off of it for 2 3 weeks, maybe even a month. Man, I got the new 2K. After that high goes down, just like any drug you take, after, you know what I'm saying, after any girl you with, you know what I'm saying, anything you happy and excited about, it eventually runs down, you know what I'm saying. They be playing that for a year, and about halfway, your game ain't even out a good 6 months. They already looking for the next 2K and how the next 2K gonna be. And after you done build my player up, you can't even transfer this player over to 2K22. You gotta start all the way over and do the exact same thing over and over again. Each year in, year out. 2K making a killing off of niggas. So why not invest that in something that's really important? To go sit down and talk and pick the mind of somebody that's doing something in your field or doing something that you claim that you want to be an expertise in, your master in. You know what I'm saying? Why not pick the brain of someone who master the craft you are trying to perfect? Oh, man, I ain't paying no more. Man, I ain't doing that. But you spent $300 on a fake chain. You spent $100 on a fake Gucci shirt or some fake shoes. You know what I'm saying? Or in T9 case, a MAGA hat. But no, man, on a serious note, man, let's put our money in some things that really matter, man.
Don't stop lying to me. You gotta stop lying to me all the time on these episodes. Come on now. Don't lie to these folks, man. Don't lie.
Oh, man. But yeah, man, it's yeah, that's how it be, man. You know, everybody, we want easy cakewalk and everything, you know what I'm saying? Free, but man, networking, man, that's powerful, man. That was the thing I got most out of at TSU was networking and connecting, you know what I'm saying, with individuals and with people, you know what I'm saying? Networking is how I got into, you know, the podcasting field. That's how I got in touch with my brothers here, you know, networking. Network with Mello in the class. I mean, I networked with T9. It wasn't even like T9. We was the studio he was at. I was finna go use for a meeting, and we just ended up communicating and talking. Just, you know what I'm saying. That's networking within itself, and it went on to that. You know, so that's what networking is all about.
No podcast. You like, hey, come to the meeting. Like, I bet I'm come to see what it's about. And here we are.
You know, that's all networking. You know, networking, that's what it's all about. And I'd met so many dope people at school, you know what I'm saying, from all different parts, you know, of the country, you know. And I know if I'd have stayed at home, you know, I wouldn't be able to, I don't know where I'd be at right now or who I would, you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't know as many people as I did. I mean, network with as many people as I did. Like I said, I tell people all the time, I'm closer with people at school than I am with back home. And that's all through networking. You made meet some great people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Had great opportunities through networking. So, we gotta appreciate and really understand how powerful and important networking is. That's your network, man. How has networking for y'all? That's what I had to say. That's how it done for me personally. But how has networking, you know what I'm saying, benefited you guys, whether it was school, work, traveling, just whatever it is. What has networking done for y'all?
Man, me personally, in some ways, networking gave me hope. Cause I feel like I get to a point like with music and making beats, with stuff like that, you feel like complacent. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll meet somebody like, hey, I got such going on. You'll do something. You'll make a move. So I'm like, okay. So this I think I just need to keep going, keep moving. I'm gonna meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna pop up. So I think network in the not to say you know what I'm saying. I'm a hopeless person, but like cause you got a drive so strong, you want to hurry up and see results. But you gotta be patient. But when certain people come around, just like it confirms it. Like okay, just keep going, keep pushing, keep moving, keep networking. You get it. So that's what it done for me personally.
I love that too. I think that networking taught me two principles. The first principle that network taught me was that your attitude determines your altitude. Because everything I ever networked off, it was never because of my attributes. It was never because of my family. It was never because of my prominence. Everything that I've got from networking was because of my temporary, what I'm doing now, my behavior towards them then. So the first thing networking always taught me was my attitude determines my altitude. The second thing networking taught me is that, it's a little saying that I always used to hear, and it goes like, wise men know they're foolish, and foolish men think they're wise. What networking taught me was I know nothing about anything. Anytime I had to network with someone who's worthy, I had to come to a vulnerable point of saying, I really don't know everything you're talking about, but I'm willing to learn. And because I'm willing to learn and you already know and you are still within me, we would network to a higher joint. So I just think it taught me just two idioms. It taught me just two important principles, Wise men know they're foolish and foolish men think they're wise. And, and like I said, your attitude determines your altitude. If it wouldn't be for networking, especially with doing the music industry is not a single artist that we don't know today that wasn't networked off a local DJ from the hometown or a local college buddy that he used to be cool with. So, it just taught me all of those principles. And purity, I believe you have to have your heart so pure and your intentions have to be so true. That's the only way your networking is going to prosper.
I agree. I like how you said, how you made the phrase that it's like how you have to be humble. You have to have humility. You know what I'm saying? And knowing, it's someone who knows more than me in this field. So I will take this back seat. I will take that apprenticeship and learn from a master at this craft or a master at this certain subject or topic. I'm gonna learn everything I can from and soak up the game like a sponge. And a lot of people look at it like, oh, they feel inferior if someone is more versed in a certain topic or subject than they are, so they don't even want to. I ain't even finna deal with them because it makes them feel inferior. But in all actuality, you have to learn. Life is all about evolution and growth. You know what I'm saying? Once you feel like you no longer can learn anything or you can no longer grow, you know what I'm saying? It's no, you know what I'm saying? It's no point in you living no more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no point in you being alive.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you made a valid point. I did that when I first started doing music executive, music management, just in the music industry. He used to be this one guy who I used to love, cool guy, and I saw him at the mall one day, and he was initiating. He was like, "Hey, Mello, come here." But I said exactly what you just said. I said, "Man, I don't want to deal with him today." So I told him, I said, "I hit you up later," and I did hit him up later. But come to find out, the conversation wasn't the same, and he ended up getting signed to a huge record label. And just because you said that idea of me looking at it as if I don't want to deal with him today. If I would have networked and like you said, being more, showing more humility, who knows where that could have led to.
Mm-hmm. And we get it.
So that was just a personal test. Like what you just said, it just struck me. It struck me personally. That was dope.
Yeah, man, we gotta humble ourselves, and take in all the information,
right.
that people has to offer. So.
I always look at it like this, especially like somebody already in your field. You ain't got there yet. They already where you at. At that point, man, you don't really know anything because you not even in it. You know of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I make beats and whatnot, but I don't know about the industry. I ain't in it. I can look and research, but like if I meet somebody, another producer, I'm just gonna be quiet. Like, so how you what is like working with West Nine? Like, how fast you gotta work to make this beat? How many beats you make a day? You know what I'm saying? I'm be asking little stupid questions like
That's
that.
so true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because just like I know about it, but I ain't in it. I'm good at it, but shoot, I ain't really doing it. So you gotta be humble, be quiet, and just listen.
And Robert Greene, he called it. It's an alternate Robert Greene. He calls what you just said. It's called like
it's called the master.
Right. Exactly.
48 laws of power. Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. Exactly. And he was basically saying you have to learn how to be the sheep and when to be the wolf. He said the sheep is the quiet killer and the wolf is the one, it's the perception of a killer. You got to learn how to fluctuate both of them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm currently, it's funny, I speak of Robert Greene, man. We in my book club, we currently reading The Mastery, and it goes in and talks about like how you becoming a student, being a student and being a mentee and having a mentor is all about the game of life. And if you look at everything, every situation, everyone has had a mentor, whether it was their father or someone as a father figure, a mother figure, you know what I'm saying, somebody in the parental role or someone who's more versed and has more knowledge in a certain topic area, you know what I'm saying. All your great masters had to learn from someone, you know what I'm saying, had to learn from somebody. Bruce Lee had a master. It's what's it called? I forget his name.
Ip Man.
Ip Man. Yep, Ip Man. Who else? Leonardo da Vinci, Beethoven, Mozart. All these people had mentors. You know what I'm saying? They had to be the apprentice before they became the master. You know what I'm saying? So don't look at the apprenticeship stage as being degrading or low. That's the most important, the most impactful point of your life is the apprenticeship stage, because that's where you learn the most, and that's how you become that master. That's how you become that great individual that everyone loves and reveres. You know what I'm saying? You have to take them steps. And it's a process, and you have to be humble. You have to have humility. You have to. You can't do that going in this situation big headed and thinking, oh, can't nobody tell me nothing. No, my shit don't stink. Because you bound to fail. And that one individual who's soaking up the game like a sponge and taking up all the information, then executing and applying it, those are the ones you see that becomes the master. You know what I'm saying? In the apprenticeship stage, you don't have to be the most talented. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to have the most God-gifted abilities. You just have to be humble, willing to work hard, take in all the knowledge and information, and execute and apply the information, and that's when you become the masters, because we are all great at something. It's up to us to look within and dig inside to find that greatness and show that gift and give that gift to the world, you know what I'm saying? And we must look for a mentor, you know what I'm saying? Look for a master, you know what I'm saying? And when I say master, a master in that craft that you are pursuing, so you can learn and soak up the game to them, you know what I'm saying, and build that relationship. Now, I know master is, they telling you, do this, do that, I control you and all that. No, they are master of their craft. They're a master of the craft that you want to get to, and you want to be on that level and surpass them. You must learn from a master first. You know what I'm saying? Learn from the mistakes that they made and grow off there. You can do it yourself, but that road to be longer and tougher and harder. But when you have a master, someone who then went down that road and down that path that you dream of going and pursuing, you know what I'm saying, that journey may not take as long, and you'll learn more with the right guidance of the individual, of someone who done been where you been and been in your shoes and been in the walks of life, tell you, hey, don't go here. This is the mistake I made, and this was the outcome. Do this, you know what I'm saying, doing that one. This is going to be, you'll be thanking yourself later if you do this, you know what I'm saying? So that's what life is all about, and I advise anybody, you know what I'm saying, to read that Robert Greene, The Master, you know what I'm saying, a very powerful book, and it's, you know what I'm saying, it's powerful, and when you go into that apprenticeship stage, you are networking and connecting with different people, that's all networking, you know what I'm saying, when you're looking for mentors and, you know what I'm saying, people to teach you the arts and the craft of your field, That's all networking. You got to go out and network. You know what I'm saying? Talk to people, communicate, get in touch with people. You know what I'm saying? Use social media to network and connect with people instead of sharing people fighting on social media. You know what I'm saying? Get in touch. Try to share contacts with people, information, how to get in touch with this, that, and the third. You know. So that's what life is all about, man. Your network is your net worth. You know what I'm saying? So, but I gotta ask y'all something though. You know what I'm saying? I gotta ask y'all something. How do y'all feel? Because I know me personally, if it wasn't for networking, I never went to school. Do y'all feel that networking was your number one reason for going to school? Because that is, I realize now, especially my 4 years being in school, I realized that networking was the number one reason why I went to school. It was not because of the paperwork or the degree.
That's a good one. uh, nah, for me, I'll be honest and say no. Because me being in the marching band, me wanting a band scholarship, that was my reason to come to school. So, me knowing that case.
Yeah, I say no too. I say while I was in the process of college, I learned that the most, acquired trait any college student should learn is networking. But I say for me, going to college was just the perception of having a higher learning. So for me, it was that first, it was the perception of perception. What happens if you go to college? But afterwards, I would say networking was the most valuable trait.
Yeah, because I just noticed that, man, I really was looking at it. I always had, like, I knew that school, you know what I'm saying, it was to get the paperwork to be able to maneuver in life, but I knew it wasn't like, oh, he's learning some real masterful shit, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I knew that was always my thing, like networking, you know what I'm saying, and communicating with different people, because you don't know who people are or be in walks of life and how they'll be, you know what I'm saying, and who they can become and what you can learn and how you can grow with them, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I knew networking was my number one thing, why I had got into school, you know what I'm saying? So if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't even went to school, to be honest with y'all. Keep it 100 with y'all, man. I would never even went to school if it wasn't
Yeah,
for the
it was
power
times
network.
I wanted to leave and drop out, but I was just like, you got network, you know what I'm saying? Like friends, you made music and stuff like that with people who how me and Mello met was. I saw him with a whole bunch of notebooks in his backpack. Like, this man got all these notebooks full of songs like that in his backpack full. So I just asked him like, what's all that? He rhymes. He's like, hey, I'm a ghostwriter or something. I made beats. What's up? What you want to do? So it was like that ever since.
And what's crazy is that's why it was just so pure. When I first met T9, I didn't know he was a producer. He didn't know I was a songwriter. I think it wasn't even an opportunist thing. I just think it was purity. We had class with each other, and I remember the class. I remember the day. I remember the moment, and it was like just so pure. In the way that we interacted, it was just we had purity in our heart, and that was the key of the network. We didn't look at it as if we knew who he was, and if we had a logistic on how he could approach me or how I could approach him. It was just pure two guys knowing each other.
Yeah, man, that's what makes the network so beautiful, man. It's like you run into people and you connect with people you didn't even expect. You run into and connect to and you ain't even know, like, oh man, when you network and go out and communicate with these people, you're like, oh man, you in the same field as I am. You trying to do the same similar things that I'm trying to do. So that's what makes it so dope about networking and communicating with people. So yeah, man, yeah. If you don't know now, man, networking is your network. Your credit score with the people you come across is the most important number in this game of life. The relationships and the bonds you build, man. The relationships you build now will go on and live on for years to come, transcend generations. Generations, you know what I'm saying? It connects, like, man, a relationship I done built with Mello will benefit my great-great-grandkids, you know what I'm saying, and his great-great-grandkids, you know what I'm saying. The people I done communicated with, they knew who I was outside as an individual, so they gonna help out my great-nephew just because of the individual that they were, that I was, you know what I'm saying. They want to look out and make sure that he good and everything straight with them. So, man, we got to understand and appreciate, you know what I'm saying, networking. You know what I'm saying? Communicating with one another. That's what it's all about. But let's go ahead and get into health is wealth, man. Your body is your number one vehicle in life. The number one investment you can ever make in life, man. You can't go nowhere without your body, man. So, my brothers, T9, Mello, what do y'all have for health is wealth this week?
I don't know if I ever said this before, but I got tea tree oil. Tea tree oil can be used as a hand sanitizer, insect repellent, deodorant, and it can be used for like minor cuts.
You just want to make
what
mom.
I
You
noticed
just
experience
mom.
when I used to cut myself, I
It's
put
as much as
tea
noise
tree oil
possible.
on it, and it actually boosts the healing process.
Wow.
So tea tree is good for your hair, your body, anywhere that you need.
My health is well is basically skincare for preferably black men. It's a moisturization company known as Bevel, and they have something called Bevel Moisturizer Gel, which is infused with aloe vera and cocoa butter. And what it does is it unclogs the pores by tightening the pores as well. So first time I used it, I had a couple bumps, and I started getting more bumps. But what it was just doing was unclogging the pores. After 2 weeks of just using this product consistently, I saw major, imminent change. So it's called Bevel's Moisturizing Gel. And just a cliff note, just to make it just like more direct, all it does is it unclog your pores and make them tighter, and it leaves your skin looking good.
And my health is well for this week. It's grapeseed oil. It's a healthy alternative to cooking with it. Instead of vegetable oil and all these high greasy different type of cooking oils, man. You cook with grapeseed oil, man. It's improved inflammation and insulin resistance, reduced risk of heart disease, reduction in blood clots, and it's good for skin moisturizing, rubbing on your skin. So, grapeseed oil, man, is a healthy alternative. You know what I'm saying? Just improving your health and doing better, getting yourself better, and getting your health together. And make sure y'all do your research and own information about everything we telling you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna tell y'all nothing that's gonna harm y'all, but it's still good to do your own research and information. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. But before we close out the show, y'all already know what time it is, man. One time for your mind, we gotta drop some jewels for you. Something to think about for the upcoming week, man. To grind and go hustle and hustle harder and hustle smarter. You know what I'm saying? To go out and go get it. It is our words of wisdom. T9 Mello, what y'all got for words of wisdom this week?
Got some short and sweet. Behind every successful person, there are many successful relationships. So, man, behind every rich man, you got, riches and connections, riches and networking, too. So, simple.
I love that one. Mine is just because they're in your circle doesn't mean that they're in your corner. And if you judge a fish ability by climbing a tree, it too would think it's dumb. So I said again, everybody who's in your circle are not really in your corner. And if you judge a fish's ability to climb a tree, the fish itself will also think it's stupid. So, just know everybody who's around you ain't meant for you, or they're not on your team. And everybody who's around you may not be the same as you. And you may be an outlier, but you being an outlier does not mean that you're ignorant or you're dumb. You're just in the wrong category of life right now.
That second one, that's Albert Einstein, ain't it?
Yep, that second one is Albert Einstein. Facts. Yep.
Yeah. So
my bad. Let me shout you out. Let me. Yeah, you're right. Let me paraphrase Albert Einstein, but it's most definitely Albert Einstein.
No, I wasn't saying like you was taking credit from him. I was like, because the funny thing about it is I had just read that earlier this week. I don't know if it was. I don't want to say. I think I seen it. I don't want to say it was in the Master, but I just read it like in the past couple of days. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Albert Einstein. And,
I love it.
It's just real, like everybody's born a genius. You know what I'm saying? He said everybody's born a genius, but if you tell a fish to climb a tree, himself, he too would think he's dumb or he's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? So pursue your passions and your dreams and what's really going. You know what I'm saying? What's really for you, and don't conform to society, family members, friends on doing something that you do not desire. So like I said, man, my words of wisdom for this week is, I said you can't say more, man. The relationship that you have, build your credit score with the people that you know, and the relationships you build in this walks of life. That's the true ultimate credit score. Let's get that credit score to 720, 750, 800, 820. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that credit score as high as possible, because relationships that you build and the people that you interact and encounter with those are the things that's gonna last lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? Transcend lifetime. Relationships most definitely last lifetimes and generations to come. So your network is your net worth. But man, we appreciate y'all, man, for tapping in each and every week, man, on RTK Podcast, Real Talk with Kingz, T9 Mello. Please tell them listeners where they can follow you, man, and find you at.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram, T the number 9 INE underscore T the number 9 IE T the number 9 INE underscore and follow the Tria City Sound page. The Tria City Sound.
Or you can follow me on on IG and Facebook, Romello A. Smith, ROMELLO A. Smith on Instagram and Facebook. Shout out to Quintez. He's my best boy. He caught a 36-yard pass today against the Tennessee Titans. So get a shout out.
Most definitely, man. And you can find me, King Shabazz X, KINGSHABAZZ 98 on Instagram, man. Make sure y'all follow RTK Podcast page at RTK_PODCAST, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in each and every week, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher, YouTube. Smash that like button. Get the algorithms up, man. Hit the bell icon to get all the newest and latest notifications. RTK Podcast, Real Talk with Kingz, man. What y'all see what that button say right there, man. Subscribe to the show. Subscribe to the show. Subscribe to the show, man. RTK Podcast, Real Talk with Kingz, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We do this for y'all, man.